Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into the Music. My name is Greg, that guy, that laughing man over there. Happy, always happy, happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, that's me.
Not
How
a
are
care,
you, Greg?
not a care in the world. I wish I was like you. Although not wearing that hat though.
Delmarva Shorebirds, baby, minor league.
Yeah.
How are
Exchange
you
that.
this evening, sir?
I'm good. Exchange that for the blue and the orange. Let's go, Mets.
Okay, I see how it is.
And people in UK are like, what the get on with it. Mets baseball. Hey, I got a song for you. You ready?
Yeah, sure. Who is it and what do we have?
So Pete Shelley. Do you know Pete Shelley?
No, I know Mary Shelley, but not Pete Shelley.
Pete and Mary. Yeah. Song is Homosapien. Do you know that song?
No. So Pete Shelley with Homosapien.
Yeah.
As opposed to Mary Shelley and Frankenstein.
You got it, kid.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll go give it a listen and I will return and I'll let you know what I think.
You got it.
I'm the shy boy, you're the coy boy, and you know we're Homosapien too. I'm the cruiser, you're the loser, me and you, sir, Homosapien too. Homo superior in my interior, but from the skin out I'm Homosapien too.
Okay, this is giving me like LCD sound system vibes. In particular, a track called North American Scum. It's wild how, like, at least in my head, the two have such a striking similarity. And that may be a random citation. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with LCD sound system, but that's just where it took me. But let's keep listening. This is very new wave, it says 81, so very 80s. All right, interesting.
And you're Homosapien too. And I'm Homosapien like you. And we're Homosapien too. And I think of your eyes in the dark and I see the star. And I look to the light and I might wonder right where you are. All the gods in the sky will rise to the earth spinning round. But the sun and the moon and the stars are so far from the ground. I'm the shy boy, you're the coy boy, and you know we're Homosapien too. I'm the cruiser, you're the loser, me and you, sir, Homosapien too. Homo superior in my interior, but from the skin out I'm Homosapien too. And you're Homosapien too. And I'm Homosapien like you. And we're Homosapien too. And the world's built of age or a stage where we act all our lives. And the words in the script seem to fit, except we have some surprise. I just want this to last, all my future is past, all gone. And if this is the case, then I'll lose in life's race from now on.
I like all the effective stuff, like the strumming, sort of the muted, quick strumming that's adding this like almost percussive quality to the mix. Obviously, whatever the keys are doing on whatever kind of keys those are, I'm assuming it's just some sort of keyboard or synthesizer. But yeah, this is This is good. This is good. I dig this.
Superior in my interior, but from the skin I die. Homosapien too, and you're Homosapien too, and I'm Homosapien like you, and we're Homosapien too. And I just hope and pray that the day of our love is at hand. You and I, me and you, we will be one from two, understand? And the world is so wrong that I hope that you'll be strong enough. For we are on our own, and the only thing known is our love. I don't wanna classify you like an animal in the zoo, but it seems good to me to know that you're Homosapien too. I'm the shadow, you're the color. I don't wanna classify you like an animal in the zoo, but it seems good to me to know that you're Homosapien too. I don't wanna classify you like an animal in the zoo, but it seems good to me to know that you're Homosapien too. I don't wanna classify you like an animal in the zoo.
Yeah, that was fun and interesting, and it was cool to see like some new wave stuff that I haven't heard of. Like, there's a few new wave bands that I just latch onto, and I really haven't expanded my horizons as best I should, perhaps. But because I've never heard of Pete Shelley, I have no idea how much success he has or hasn't had. But this is good new wave music, and again, the LCD sound system is strong. I can tell that they were influenced by acts like Pete Shelley. At least it sounds very much like that from what I've heard from them. So, yeah. Let's see what Greg has to say about this. I wonder what he was doing in 1981 when this song came out. So, talk to him on the other side.
Greg,
Yeah.
this song reminds me it's almost identical to a song that I know had to have come after this song. So now am teetering on, do I lose respect for the band that I liked that did this, or was this an homage thing? But I don't know. LCD Sound System is a band that I actually have in the hopper for John to react to.
Yeah.
And they have a song called North American Scum. And
I like that sound. Yeah.
This song sounds exactly like North American Scum, but I know that really North American Scum sounds like this song. At least that's
all right.
exactly where my brain went.
Who cares? The stuff that no, really. I mean, I got stuff for you and for you and John where songs sound similar. There's actually, I'm not gonna say what they are right now, but I was just kind of looking into them this morning again, and it's like, this one was spawned from that one, and that one was spawned from that one, and then there's another band that actually was really inspired by that one, so that also has a sound that's just similar to that one and that one, and I'm like, what the hell? It's a whole triangle, and all just
it kind of took me. It actually made me think.
influenced.
Yes, influence is a fine word to use. This seems very influenced if we're going to be using that word. But it also reminds me of one of the first songs I ever reacted to that you had given me, which was that band out of Philadelphia, I want to say, and it sounded just like oh God, it's just like The Who. It sounded just like a Who song, and I can't remember the name of the band.
Philadelphia?
Yeah, I believe the guys were out of Philadelphia.
Oh
Man,
that's right. You did make what band is that?
it was definitely a late 60s, early 70s sound to them. And in fact, I know it was late 60s now that I'm recalling it.
Okay.
Oh man. But yeah, it was to the point where like there was only one chord difference in the riff to the original The Who song and this other band's version
Right.
of it. So I was like,
Right.
this
Right.
is they're so carbon copy almost, and that's what I
I
felt when I heard
remember
this
that. I
one.
just can't remember for the life of me now what the band is. Yeah.
Yes,
But I remember
exactly.
that sort of the discussion. Yeah, you brought that up,
Yep.
that comparison. Yeah,
So
well,
I
hey,
so
LCD is a good, I like that sound. I haven't done any yet on this channel. I've actually been tying with a few. I like that sound, man. Really
okay.
interesting. Yeah, it's really
Well,
one guy,
maybe
right? Is it one guy?
I mean, I think it's one guy, but I think that there's like obviously when he does live stuff, I think there has to be other people that are part
Yeah,
of it
but
too. 'Cause it's a lot of sound
he's
that's
the
being used.
mastermind really behind it, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And Pete,
Um,
yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say that uh what as I listened to the song, I started to find bits and pieces that were not like else. It's really just that chorus, that Homosapien. It sounds exactly like North American Scum. But I started to I was able to get beyond that and start digging into the actual song and finding
Okay,
stuff that I really
that's what I
found
was
really cool.
wondering. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I took some notes once I got over the whole conspiracy about which the derivation of LCD Sound System song. So what I really liked originally was as I started to listen to it more was not only the guy's voice, which I thought was pretty interesting, but also what the keys and the synth were doing throughout the song.
Yeah.
The way they're just peppered in every now and again. And then the same thing can be said for the strumming of the guitar was almost like percussive in nature at points, and it almost sounded like a washboard. And I thought, oh wow, that's a really cool choice to add that in as another layer of music.
I believe that's a 12-string acoustic guitar.
That explains even more why it had all
real
those
full sound.
Yeah,
it was so good in tandem with the electronic, right? You got this electronic, everything's electronic, you know, and you got this acoustic that's just that sort of that contrast. It's really cool.
Yeah. No, I really liked the guitar work in it, and I definitely like the guy's voice. This was clearly for me new wave. This was quintessential new wave music sound to me. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have as vast an experience as some of you guys, either in the audience or you, Greg, but that's just the sound of it. That's what it took me to.
Well, what's really interesting, and I'll get into, because I'll give you a little bit more time. I think you have more things to say, but Pete Shelley was he was in a band called Buzzcocks, and they were I think the leading band, one of the leading bands in the UK when it came to the punk movement. I mean, real punk, but real orchestrated, well constructed songs. Great band, great singer, and again, steeped in punk. And then he puts out this album, Homosapien, with the song, and it's basically all new wave. It's got this just a computerized sound, and it's got that sort of, this was such an influencer, for so much stuff that came in the 80s, the new wave sound. Yeah.
This is something that he clearly wanted to do, but probably felt it wouldn't fit under the banner of the Buzzcocks because they were more punk, and this was clearly another sound. So, or did they just break up and he did his own thing? I think
they disbanded. I think he left them. If I remember, if I had that correct, he left them to pursue his own solo career. They got back together again towards the latter part. I think one founding member, along with he left, I think, a while ago. He left before Shelley left, and then when Shelley brought the band back, he never came back. So, but yeah, Shelley kind of went off and in the 80s kind of put out a nice solo career. And then I love this album and I love the song. But go ahead. I think you have more stuff to say.
No, that was pretty much it about how I felt about the song, the music of the song. Now, the lyrics of it, I thought were kind of fun, and all I really got from it was that the theme or the moral of the story is that we're all humans, and even though he's noticing differences about people and catching himself not wanting to maybe do something like objectify or knowing that someone's not an animal in a zoo, I believe is sort of the reoccurring lyric that at there toward the end. But it just sounded like to me the vibe was like we're all human beings no matter what our differences are. And it was just kind of a fun, playful observation about that. I don't know if that's the case. I only listened to it once, so that's all I really have.
I got my Mussolini look on, my Mussolini. Yeah, you don't think it's a play on words, on a particular word?
Oh, well, I mean, maybe. I would think that it was just, he was saying Homosapien, but if it's in reference to like perhaps his sexuality, I didn't even dig to that level, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah. I believe that. I mean, when this came out, it was kind of it was sort of camouflaged by MTV, and really the video that he put out, I think he was kind of like, he was dressed in white and he was like in a godly kind of way, and it was more like kind of like what you were saying, more, like certain people different and that kind of thing, and pointing that out. But I think the real sort of meaning is kind of like, Shelley's bisexual, his tendencies towards, I mean, him being gay. They said that he was bi. Some people said that he was gay. And to me, the song is his profession, his sort of, I don't know if it was a lust or a real true love. I actually think it's a true love. I think the lyrics really I think they're beautiful. I mean, to me, it's a love song. I have the lyrics up right now. I'm the shy boy, you're the coy boy. I'm the cruiser, you're the loser. Homo superior in my interior, but from the skin out, I think it's then Homo sapien too. And I think of your eyes in the dark. This is like where he goes really high pitched. And I think of your eyes in the dark and I see the star. And I look to the light and I might wonder right where you are. All the gods in the sky way up high see the earth spinning round. But the sun and the moon and the stars are so far from the ground. I'm the shy boy, you're the coy boy. And we're Homo sapien too. I'm the cruiser, you're the loser. Me and you, sir, Homo sapien too. It's almost as though like he's saying, I know who I am. Do you know who you are? Because I think I kind of know who you are, and we're really the same. And then there's the next verse where it says, and I think of your eyes in the dark and I see the star and I look to the light and I might wonder right where you are. So this is like all poetry and stuff like that. But then this one right here, these last two verses towards the end, and the world's built of age our stage where we act out our lives, and the words in the script seem to fit, except we have some surprise. I just want this to last, or my future is past, are all gone. And if this is the case, then I'll lose in life's race from now on. Homo superior in my interior, but from the skin out, I'm Homo sapien too. And I just hope and pray that the day of our love is at hand. You and I, me and you, we will be one from two, understand? And the world is so wrong that I hope that we'll be strong enough, for we are on our own and the only thing known is our love. And then that last part, I don't want to classify you as an animal in the zoo, but it seems good to me to know that you're Homo sapien too. So that's what I mean. And I'm not the only one who thinks this too. I actually pulled up this article.
No, I mean, once you've really, I mean, by all means, pull up the article. I just want to say that having heard the song once and listening to all the facets of it, I would absolutely defer to you, the one who suggested it, is far more familiar with it. And you having gone over the lyrics, it clearly sounds like this about / to somebody, not like, this is like I was thinking, oh, this is more general. Hey, we're all people, even though we're different. This is more, like you said, it's almost like an open love letter to this guy that he probably had this, tryst with, or this love with.
I think it's an open love letter, right? But in his speak, but he also does a really good job in sort of, again, camouflaging. He's toying with it,
Yeah.
you have to remember too, in 1981, I mean, nobody was really coming out. There was still
Yeah.
that fear that if I come out, my career is ruined, so they're still kind of like doing this whole sort of dance with it. And again, how the video comes out, it has nothing to do with what I just said. There's this guy here, he's got this blog, and I found he's this teacher, a professor in University of Southern California. He does this blog he offers queer perspective on the 1980s music videos to better understand cultural attitudes about sexuality and gender during the Reagan era and early AIDS crisis. That's what he writes. And he does a whole thing on this song and the video too. So I'll try to skip the video stuff. But he says, Homosapien, Shelley's only popular solo song and video. It's significant for several reasons. Its gay subtext is unusually blunt. The word homosapien provides only the thinnest veil for homosexual. It's possible to interpret the song as referring to human beings generally as a species and not two dudes hooking up, but only if you ignore specific lyrics. And then he's talking about MTV and how, they basically, I think the BBC actually banned this song, but MTV, got to give them credit. They actually did not ban it. They actually played this over and over and over. He's actually saying Shelley's opening lyrics sung directly at the camera. Again, the video immediately undercut this official heteronormative interpretive possibility. I'm a shy boy, you're a coy boy. These are very gendered lyrics, despite what he said in the interview, implying cat and mouse pursuit, common themes in heterosexual romance songs. There's no ambiguity that this romance is boy boy, followed by the song's signature line, and we're homosapien too. His vocal delivery stresses the syllables homo, each a quarter note compared to the other words shorter, more staccato eighth notes. So it's really good. I mean, this guy really seems to have done his homework. So whether you agree or not, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying people in general. The next verse further amplifies the gay charge. I'm a cruiser, you're a loser, me and you, sir, homosapien too. Cruiser refers to gay cruising. Loser could refer to gay men's low self-esteem, or perhaps society's negative attitude towards gay people. Me and you, sir, implies coupling. No wonder the BBC banned it. Yet there it was on MTV, and he makes mention of that. So yeah, I mean, he just goes on. I think if I just wrap up here, yeah, I mean, I could just get into more, but
no, it's really, really interesting stuff. And I think that guy brings up some really interesting points that certainly at first glance or first listen would not stick out to you. But man, this is really cool, and really poetic and deep for this guy to all these veils and all this subtlety and nuance to his references and stuff.
Shelley's a great songwriter, and so you and I are doing 2 songs me, 2 songs you, right? And so my next song for you, normally I never show my cards, right? We never do that. We end a reaction and then we get on the next one saying, hey, what do you got for me? I'm telling you right now, my next one for you tonight is Buzzcocks. Pete Shelley, the lead singer for Buzzcocks, he was a great songwriter. And so just one last thing here where he gets into where he says about the world is so wrong, hints at social oppression of gay people and homophobia. The world is so wrong in its attitude towards homosexuality and its discriminatory treatment of gay people. Through shared love emerges strength to face a hostile world. I don't want to classify you like an animal in the zoo could refer to the ways that gay people have been pathologized, dehumanized, and treated like zoo animals subject to torture and isolation in the guise of public safety. Shelley here questions the necessity of being branded with some toxic label, i.e. homosexual, not of our own choosing and with negative associations, but at the same time recognizes the necessity of such a word in fostering community and interpersonal relations. So I just love this guy, really, it's kind of what I sort of suspected knew. And this guy just kind of like brings, he brings the goods. He really just kind of brings the evidence that sort of supports this. And I just say this, like, I mean, I'm glad that, because I really do believe that's what it's about. And I'm glad that it's coming out, like we're talking about it, because there, to me, there's real beauty to knowing that, that, it's a love story, to another man. And it's just how he writes the lyrics. It's just as beautiful. It could be a man to a woman to anyone.
But
and
it's love, because only love can inspire you to write like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's genuine
right.
affection.
And it's real honesty, because he's professing his love, he's calling out this guy too, like, come on,
Yeah.
again, I know who I am, right? And I know who you are. So let's be who we are together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and while he's calling him out, in the song, again, Shelley is kind of teetering on revealing exactly what it is about, but also keeping that sort of veiled, as the writer here sort of used that word. I thought that was really smartly done, the way he used that word there. So yeah, I love the song. And I love the song, and I love the music. I don't think it's a real bass. I think it might be the synthesizer that's kind of like used as a bass, and again, in tandem with the acoustic guitar. I mean, that's genius,
Yeah.
and it didn't come out cheesy or anything like, and it's a real groove. It's like a kind of a forceful, it just, it just keeps pushing and pushing. And then his voice, as you got that and then that sort of that punkish kind of, that comes out, I think, in the chorus, when he sings that da 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 da, and he just goes high piercing. I just, it's a voice that, like, it's only God can give, I think. So
it's really good, and this guy is really interesting. So learning or hearing more of his stuff, I'm looking forward to that. If this is his style of writing.
Get ready for Buzzcocks, baby.
All right, Buzzcocks, let's do this on the next one.
All right, so I'm gonna take us out and say, and to folks out there, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done that already. Come on. I just gave you this wonderful song here, and Andy gave amazing reaction to it. Andy, you take care. All right, you earned it. You earned this. Go take
Thanks,
care.
buddy.
Rest.
I appreciate it.
But come on back in 5 minutes, because we're doing Buzzcocks.
Absolutely.
And to everyone out there, we'll see you on the next episode of Into the Music.